Hey, Sandy.
I'm feeling pretty chipper.
All righty. Okay, we have a vice president coming on. I just want to let the vice president, Cheryl, know that we've got an issue on computer. So that makes it such that you may be the one that runs the meeting, because Lloyd is hearing me on my phone, and I don't know if he's going to be able to hear anybody else.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I did, I'd be flying by the seat of my pants because I don't have the protocol down yet, but...
But that's okay. That's okay. We're up to 18 participants, and I am so pleased to see that.
Good. Yeah. Oh, just a minute. I got to turn off the TV because it's still yakking in the background.
Okay. We're just kind of... Hi, Terry. How are you?
Hi, Hal.
You're looking good.
Perfect timing. Got my project done for the day.
Oh, yeah. I wish I was in your shoes. I had a project that I started before I started this, and oh my goodness, I'm getting there. That's it. That's my word. I am getting there. So anybody else have any news to share? How many people had fun working the 4th of July? I got to tell you, Sharon gets this big red badge of courage because you were only there, 12 hours a day for how many days?
Every day.
Every day. No, she gets the red badge. So my brother, Saturday he worked, and he is so beat. Sunday, I don't hear from him. Monday, I hear from him. I'm in the doctor's office getting antibiotics. Turns out his significant other tested positive for COVID on Monday. So if anybody was around my brother on Saturday and thinks they want to get tested, but I don't think, no, she was down at the lake on Saturday, so it wasn't until Monday that she had any symptoms of COVID. So my brother is just way under the weather. When I say under the weather, I share the email that involved bodily fluids leaving his body, but you don't want to see it or hear it.
Thank you.
In the email to the employees, he actually described some of the bodily fluids. I'm going, no, don't do that. This is, no.
Greg Ruth is recovering from COVID, but he's feeling better. So
yeah, me too.
Sharon and I had a potential exposure, but we did fine. Didn't get it at all. So yeah. Greg, sorry to hear you've been sick.
Hey Sharon, you gonna be home later? I'd like to come up and get some shirts.
Oh, I'm leaving then.
Of course.
No, that's fine.
I'll give you a call.
All right.
My glasses fell apart again. I'm headed to Cascade after this Zoom meeting.
Oh boy.
Hey,
I have to apologize. I didn't make it to the 4th of July for some reason. I'm 1,200 miles away. On time, but I haven't had a chance to participate in that. I really apologize for that. Because I know you guys could use the help, but it just didn't make sense to fly all the way up there from here for that. I'm sorry.
So how you ask how many enjoyed themselves? Ask for a show of hands of how many people felt like they were half dead when they finished.
Well, I only worked one shift, and I apologize for that, but I felt half dead for 2 days.
Does anybody know the final count of how many we served for breakfast on the morning of the 4th?
Apparently not.
I guess not. Crickets.
Lloyd?
It was crazy. Crazy.
Well, it is interesting. It used to be only when early birds did it, they only did it one day on the 4th, and that's what people were used to. It's just
the last day was the biggest day. Other days we always got busy with just the last day when everybody showed up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it?
Have an agenda? Anything specific we need to talk about today?
I would like to be on your agenda, please.
Okay by me. Ask Lloyd.
It's, between Cheryl and Lloyd is how we're going to have to do this. Because Lloyd, you can hear okay, right?
I can hear you on the phone here.
That's all you can do is hear me on the phone. Okay. Can you hear Cheryl when they talk?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good thing because my phone is right next to my speaker on my laptop, and that's how we're going to be communicating today.
Well, click on your microphone. It said my microphone is on. And the Zoom meeting is using your microphone, it says.
Yeah, it sounds to me like it's a computer microphone issue that even though you're on Zoom, you can mute yourself on your computer. More often than not, it's a little button along the top. On mine, it's the F4 button. Tom, what is it on yours?
Mute is F1 on mine. F4 is microphone 2.
Yeah, check and see if F1 or
Mute and microphone. And then the volume is F2 to go down, F3 to go up.
Yeah, that's the way mine is too.
I think that's standard in the industry.
And so...
It isn't?
Mac is totally different.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh.
Well, Mac's not in the industry, are they?
For smart people.
Ouch!
I saw Apple's...
Yeah, I don't like Apple
stock
products.
went down again today.
It's a proprietary reasons.
Why don't you just proceed and pretend like you know what you're doing? Well, none of us will know.
It's good practice.
Okay.
Board meeting, so put in next Tuesday after the meeting.
He said a board meeting next Tuesday after the meeting?
Yes.
Right? After our regular meeting.
Copy that.
I'm assuming we will, at this point, go on a go-forward basis as if we're going to be at the Eagles, but we'll know more after today, I hear.
Look, Lloyd, why don't you report on that?
Yeah, she called me yesterday and said they'll be open on the 19th, which will be next Tuesday.
Okay, so they're going to be open back up, 19th.
Yeah, they open back up because they're having some kind of function Saturday over there.
Crazy, huh?
So, we're going to have a meeting on the 19th. What, is the 19th a Tuesday?
19th is the Tuesday, next Tuesday.
Tuesday 19th, board meeting following our general meeting.
Do we know what the board meeting issues are or not? Is it probably a couple of members, Greg, or not? No members? Greg will be well by then?
Hello?
I know my brother won't be because he heals slower than anybody I know.
Will this be a general board meeting or just the exec board?
Well, I'm assuming a general one.
Yeah.
Unless it's well, when Lloyd was talking on the phone, he was saying before the meeting, so maybe Lloyd meant executive board meeting. Hey, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. So are we talking an executive board meeting before our meeting at 11 and then a general board meeting following the meetings and sandwich the meeting between?
Our part of it, someone that have executive board meeting after and before.
Oh, okay. The question is, what are you calling, an executive board meeting or a full board meeting?
Full board meeting.
Full
Okay.
board meeting, after our general week.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Any committee reports? Well, actually, Steve wanted to ask or do something, right, Steve?
Correct.
Go forth.
Me?
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lloyd. It has come to my attention that the general membership was not given the names of those nominees for Line of the Year, Unsung, and Rookie of the Year. So Terry called me and asked me for those members that are here, that are present. I know we've already voted on it. I mean, the board has already voted, but in case those members that are here did not know who these selectees were, the Line of the Year nominees were Dwayne Smith, Cindy Pickett, and Sandy Cat. Unsung Lions, Bob Piper, Skip Metzger, and Sharon Nolan. Rookie nominees, Tom Hughes.
Hey!
Calm down, Tom.
Thank you.
And Camarda and Patricia Fulton. So I know they've already been voted on and the selection has been made, but apparently many members did not know who they were. And in talking to Sharon on the 4th of July, she was one of those that wasn't aware she had been nominated. So anyway.
We probably should do that at next week's meeting as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay,
was
that's
not aware either.
That next week's meeting would be to inform the full club of who the nominees were. The
Yes.
winners will be announced at a later club meeting. Whatever. Okay, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, I've got Marilyn down with COVID. I'm in my second week of recovery, so it's been interesting sitting around quarantining. It's not fun. Right, Greg?
What do you mean? Anytime with Marilyn is fun.
Not
Supposed to be.
now. She's cranky. Okay, that's all I had.
Remember, the husband is supposed to hold the hair when necessary.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Even after 52 years of marriage.
Something.
I will jump in and presume to ask if there are any other announcements that need to be made. Is that okay, Lloyd? To ask that? Okay. Anybody have any announcements or information that we all need to be aware of?
Mike, Carol?
Yeah.
These people tomorrow help move the stuff out.
Oh, tomorrow. Yes. Is that the stuff for Street of Screams?
Right.
Yes. From,
Thank you, Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne.
okay, remind us where the stuff is and where it needs to
We're gonna
go.
start at 9 o'clock at the shop.
9 o'clock at the shop. So it's all at the shop. Get out of there. And it's going to go to your house, Dwayne? Some of it?
We're gonna start
All of it?
All of it.
All of it that doesn't get round filed?
All of it.
My address is 895 33rd Avenue, Longview. It's
Okay.
not too far from the shop.
So you get all of it. You get the good, bad, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then you get to decide what's worth throwing away and what's worth keeping.
Yes.
And it will be for correct. Okay. Oh boy,
Correct.
you're inheriting a treasure.
Just a point of information, my son's in HVAC. We're going to take a look at the ice machine. I go get him today at 6:30, and then I'm meeting President Lloyd at 9 o'clock, and I'll be at the shop helping to load. Even though I'm at 1074 Duane 33rd, I'll be at the shop helping to load with my son, who's only 38. We got some youth.
I'll bring my son, but I don't have one. I bring my brother, but you don't want to see him.
No, not with what you
Probably
discussed
not.
earlier.
Now, my current plan for the products is I'm going to take my utility trailer full of the cardboard that does not have any 2x4s on it. I'm going to take a trailer load of cardboard down to Portland to give to James Mossman. James is a member, but he's been in Mississippi for 5 or 6 years, so he's moved back up to Portland. He's a paid member, but he hasn't been attending, and he's interested in using it to build a cardboard boat for next year. So we can get rid of, my trailer is 4 foot by 10 foot. So we can load that up with cardboard that doesn't have any 2x4s on it. The cardboard that does have 2x4s on it, we can park in my front driveway, and I'll list it on Craigslist free stuff and on Facebook free stuff, and advertise it for free, because will be people that can use it. And I'll be saving a few pieces of the cardboard for my own use, but not very much. The 2x4s we'll be putting in a shed in my backyard on the bottom level, and there's a room there for 4 foot wide by about 30 foot deep. I'll probably be putting the 8-footers in the front, and we can stack them up, and that would get rid of a good portion of the supply. And then we'll be putting some more of the 8-foot back, and hopefully have some room for some of the longer 2x4s. The ones that are really long, we'll set aside, and when I get around to it, I'll cut them down in length. And then we'll find room for the other items, and we'll end up moving it all.
Dwayne, I met Louie at the shop, and there was a lady out of Kalama that wanted some take. So get a hold of Louie.
Are you talking about cardboard?
No, I think she wants some of the stage pieces.
Oh, okay.
They can sit outside.
I have to see what that is, but that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, get a hold of Louie. He has her number.
Now I already got rid of the styrofoam tombstones. I didn't have any use for them, so I put them out in the front driveway and advertised them, and they went very quickly.
Yeah, we'll see those around town at Halloween time.
Yeah.
In people's yards.
The 5 oak barrels I cut in half, and we're making planters out of them.
Good idea.
I moved away a couple of the lamp posts, and I saved a couple of the better lamp posts, and they're in use in my backyard now, behind the patio. So stuff is getting used up.
Yeah, I could use a couple of 2x4s, but that's. I was planning on bringing a trailer tomorrow. It's a 4x6. It can move things.
Reuse, recycle. Good work, people. That's great. Could I jump in here and notice that we have a guest today that has not been introduced and should be? Kathy, are you still here? Kathy Crawford? Says she's online.
Yeah, before you came online, we did introduce her and talk. She's feeling.
Oh, okay. I was late.
Feeling better. What I do know is that she doesn't seem to have much pain. There she is. Kathy, describe your condition now, how you're feeling.
Well, basically, I'm healing. Throughout most of this process, I haven't had a lot of pain. Either that or I was unconscious and didn't know it. But basically, I'm doing all kinds of therapy right now and have a follow-up visit with the surgeons next Monday. And so at some point, I'll find out when I can put weight on my left foot, and that will make a bunch of things a whole lot easier. But in the meantime, I'm working on building up all kinds of muscles. So
excellent. Well,
good job.
A belated welcome. We're glad you're here today.
Oh, thank you.
So, Kathy, I heard that you had made a major accomplishment, which was able to get yourself out of the bed without help. Is that correct?
No, not quite. I was able to sit straight up in bed by myself, but they still won't let me do it without supervision. Because the first time I did it, I literally was so weak that I just flopped over backwards on the bed. It was like, what just happened? And they're like, well, that's actually normal. I thought, oh, Lord, I have a long way to go.
Just tell them you're a past district governor and everybody understands.
Oh, okay. That's normal, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Lloyd, you got 20 people on this meeting. So I want to congratulate you on that accomplishment.
It was possible. That was working on.
I think Cindy and Louie must be out having fun in a place where they can't get online because they'd be here if they could.
Oh, yeah.
They're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they are, with Donna and Bob Jessen. What do you suppose they're all getting up to?
Well, they're probably inside. It's 112 degrees there.
Yeah, right. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I guess, too. So maybe they'll just stay inside in Vegas.
Right.
Do we want to have a virtual Happy Bucks? This is the time to speak up if you have anything to share, people.
Well, my happy Lloyd Williams make cotton candy. And, you know, as I was standing there, what I did was I was his bad man. Yeah. And it was really interesting because I'd asked him if he ever gets very much on him, and he said no. And I got to tell you, he's been lying to us all along about that. I got to tell you, all of a sudden he had whiter than normal eyebrows. No, pinker than normal eyebrows. Then he had bluer than normal eyebrows. And what was the other color? I forget.
Green.
That's the apple. Yeah.
And finally he said, I got to quit. And I said, I don't blame you.
Well, I have a happy buck. Ryan's coming down from Alaska. I'm flying him down. I haven't seen him for almost a year. I don't know. And another sad buck is my wife's memorial will be at the Women's Club September the 10th. So we sent out 60 notices to family and friends. So just after the 4th, I was beat between set up and tear down and everything else. So, yeah.
You survived your first course.
And I'm surprised Sharon survived, because she looked tired on Saturday.
Well, I wasn't there all day on the 5th. I left a little early, so.
You one tough lady.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I'll pop up with rate. Cost me 50 cents to mail it. We'll figure something out. I'm just glad to see everybody, you know, being all the way down in Arizona. We really like the weather and everything, but we really miss everybody up there. We don't have a place to live there anymore. I guess you know that somebody wanted to buy our condo, so they made us an offer we couldn't refuse. So now we're stuck down here, have no place to stay in Longview if we come up, which makes it a little more difficult. We do have Dolly's daughter lives in Portland, so we can get to some area around Longview, but it really makes it difficult. I just want to let everybody know that I really miss you guys, and I just wish I could be there on Tuesdays. And thank goodness you're having this meeting. At least it gives me an opportunity to see you once more, even though it's on Zoom. And Kathy Crawford, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I've been following you, and I'm just so happy that you're getting along so well. I was really concerned about what happened and how you're going to do, and I'm just glad that you're coming through it. And
Thank you.
So, again, I'm just happy to be here, and I don't know if Marilyn, she just finished her year. Did she get a chance to tell you how well she did? I'll be more than happy to toot her horn if she didn't do that, but she did a great job as district governor and represented our club very well. So kudos to Marilyn. She had the best year that we could have had, I think, after the pandemic. Our district actually brought in 44 new members, and that is the best in the multiple district. Best in the multiple district.
Nice.
And a lot of other districts lost members. We actually gained them, and I think that's just fantastic. And she did a great job dealing with a lot of the issues that the districts had to put up with over this last year and recovering from the pandemic. So I just want to put those 2 cents in for Marilyn. Steve, please give her my congratulations for me. Thank you.
And I guess the report I would give is that district-wide LCIF set new records too. So
They did.
Yeah, we did. It was.
Nice.
We've met our goal, 114%, something like that.
Wow.
Something like $800,000. Did I see that on the final report?
Oh,
the multiple district.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but the online convention showed 348 million. So the LCIF globally.
For all of LCIF, right?
Yeah. I forget what MD's was.
I can pull it up, but I was really impressed.
Yeah. Alrighty, Dottie?
Well, I am looking forward to this year. We may have lost an event or two, but we're going to reinvent what we can and build something new if we can, and we're going to carry on, and things are going to get better and better for Longview Pioneer Alliance. And
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we doing Squirrel? Does anyone know if we're doing Squirrel Fest or if we're doing Right Line or what's going on with that?
Don't know, and I think the people that might know are not here today online, so we'll have
Lloyd might have an idea.
No, we're doing right like church. They invited bring a chuck wagon over plus the kettle corn.
So we're doing the chuck wagon and the kettle corn this time?
Right.
Cool.
Where
Okay.
is their office?
Tom and Louie told me.
Where is their office? Or where we would take our chuck wagon?
That's all it says on where they had it last time.
They're
Yeah,
putting on a concert this year. From what I understand.
So it will probably be in Longview somewhere.
At the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Where they did last year.
Yeah, all at the fairgrounds.
Okay, Hal, I have those figures for our LCIF for our district was $53,623.97, 37 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And our mobile district did $411,678, which is pretty darn good.
Yeah, I was concerned we weren't going to be able to exceed your year, but we did, but just by a little bit.
Well, we should do that every year. I think that's fantastic.
Right. That's right. And David Rich is going to be the new district LCIF chair.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. And I will relegate myself to just being the club LCIF chair.
Well, you'll do a great job, I'm sure, Hal. You should be congratulated for the effort you have put in over the years with LCIF, getting the grants that you've gotten and supporting all the stuff that LCIF does and making sure that we were aware of what was going on. So I want to thank you a lot, Hal, for your efforts.
Yeah. I appreciate that. And Doug, when you were, Dolly, you were solidly there behind us all, behind me and everybody, and I might tear up. And the reason I might tear up is last week I went to Bob Williams' memorial service up in Tacoma. That was a good service. Those of you that didn't know him, he was a state representative, and he and I did a lot of stuff together around the bicentennial and campaigning and stuff. But Mark is wanting to say something, I can see.
Well, since we're kind of jumping back and forth, but along the lines of Happy Bucks, I have a excited and nervous item coming up. Tomorrow after my shift to St. Vincent de Paul Food Bank, Gail and I are heading out to Seaside for 4 days, and I'm going to meet a brother I've never met and a sister I've never met. So,
Wow.
a little nervous, but excited about it. So, I'll hopefully have a happy buck next Tuesday after I get
Really great.
Yay, Mark. Okay, that's great. Can never have too much family. Until
That's right.
It's been an adventure, and it's been a good one so far.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Good. That's great.
How could I do I don't know. It's not really a happy buck. It's not really a sad buck. It's almost funny. But while I was in rehab here, someone Amy Shan, stopped by out of the blue to and to pay me a visit. I've never met her in person. She was just so sweet. Well, as part of this whole process, I discovered that I'm type 2 diabetic. My blood sugar is really, really well controlled, but still it's like watch the carbs and the sugars and stuff. So this dear sweet Amy brought me this huge bag of Godiva chocolates.
Oh, wow.
She didn't get the memo.
I know. I sampled them slightly and then handed them over to a nurse to share with the staff.
Good girl.
Well, Kathy, I just told people that you had a very serious surgeries. I didn't go into too much detail.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. Kathy helps me manage a real estate group that is in the process of closing down. I'm assuming you saw those emails, Kathy.
How's Steve feeling?
Leslie?
Carol,
Yeah.
how's Steve feeling? Because he was down with the virus there for a while.
Can't hear you.
Yes. How is Steve feeling?
Steve.
Like Steve Patterson that's on the line?
No,
Steve Johnston.
Oh, Steve Johnston's on the line. There we are. Okay.
Yeah,
He can speak for himself.
I'm a lot better.
Good.
Yeah, I got through that. It wasn't fun.
No.
Do you have the COVID too?
Yes.
Yes. Hospital COVID. Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, Oh, you're fine.
That's right. Gonna take more than that to kick me off.
So what else is it that we typically do in meetings that I'm forgetting here? That we need to cover? Anything else important? Usually we would have a recap of how our event went, our big event went normally, but we'll have to save that for next week when we're all together face to face and more people are there.
If you haven't already, sign up for the lake on Thursday.
Oh, yes. We have a concert Thursday evening. Need help.
Yeah. From what Lloyd told me, we did super on last Thursday.
Good.
Good.
Also, just a reminder that the fair is coming up. So those signups will be coming out later this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the last weekend in July?
It's the last weekend, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got 2 sailing trips scheduled, one in towards the end of July and one in mid-August. So then I'm gonna be out of town the July 19th meeting. We have to talk to Leroy about that.
Oh, Leroy. Some of you may have seen the pictures of Leroy's daughter Grace got married.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
He'll be
Very nice one.
talking about that next week, I'm sure. But yes, the pictures were beautiful. Grace was beautiful. Her husband was beautiful. Everything was great.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Nice wedding. Steve? Yeah.
In case you have a need to use West Side Highway this weekend, they're bringing back the Seattle to Portland bike thing, which is pretty much a nightmare.
Yeah.
Especially up our way. Greg, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but you're staying inside anyway. So yeah.
That and be careful on the bridge.
Yeah.
Vader Alliance does a project with the S2P as they come through Vader.
Yeah, they're in the midst of preparing for it.
That's good.
Is it a water stop, Kathy?
It's like a food stop. We do what we call our world famous Vader taters and banana bread and fruit and lemonade and water and all kinds of stuff. It's really fun.
Is this Brennan?
Just crazy. I mean, they have up to 8,000 bike riders coming through tiny little Vader.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, well, I've got a bunch of stuff going on, so I'm probably going to need to end this meeting.
Sure.
So long.
Oh, you're saying goodbye.
Just because it's we normally have a 1-hour meeting does not mean we have to make it for an hour. So if we're out of things to talk about, let's just end it and say goodbye and see you next week.
Anything else, President?
Sounds
good.
Nice seeing everybody again.
You can hear me.
All right.
Take care, Doug.
You too, Doug.
Hey, see you later.
See y'all later. See you in a little while, Tom.
Okay, thanks, Sharon.
Uh-huh.